Okay, so Icosa is here. It launched today, and I want to talk through what I have actually done. I posted a video talking about what I was thinking my strategy was going to be leading up to the project, and now the project's here. So what have I done now that I've been able to see how people are reacting to certain different pools within Icosa? And I want to talk through that, and let's go. So as always, I'm trying to tell you what I'm doing with basic reasoning behind it to help you guys decide for yourselves what you want to do. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, just what I am doing and trying to be transparent about it and hope that this helps you. So let's talk about what I said I was going to do and what I actually did. So HSI buyback. I said I was going to take 50% of my tokenized HSIs and give them to the Icosa project, say goodbye to my Hex and Hedron associated with them in return for Icosa. What did I actually do? I actually did not do 50%. I YOLO'd in at 75%. And I'll talk about why I did that. So 75% is what I actually went for. And yeah, that's the amount that I felt good about after seeing the pools and percentages and what other people are doing. So let's head on up to the top here. So I said that I was going to take all of my Icosa and put it in to this Icosa staking, and the advantage being that the only way to get Icosa right off the bat and get into this pool is from the HSI buyback, as the minimum Hedron staking, which is the other way to get Icosa, is 30 days. And so the first 30 days, there was a chance that people would have an advantage for being in this Icosa pool and have a larger percentage of the pool ownership. And, I thought it was going to be, pool is simply going to be weighted heavier. Well, after looking at it, yeah, right now this pool is weighted pretty heavily. If you have HSIs to burn, you're going to get something for it. And it was enough for me to go in even heavier than I thought and put my 75% of my HSIs into this staking pool. And one small difference is, as I said, I was going to put 100% in. I actually put in 99.9%. And I want to try to explain why I did that. So basically, if you got in this Icosa staking pool early, you were probably a relatively large percentage of the pool. If you were a relatively large percentage of the pool, your minimum staking days was probably higher than if you had waited a couple hours even. I have a screenshot, I think. I can show this a little bit better. So, for example, if you were really early and you were 1% of the Icosa supply, even if that was at the time 1 Icosa, you still had to stake for 360 days. That's just how the pool works. But you can force the pool to recalculate your standing within the pool by adding another Icosa, or even I think a partial Icosa will reestablish your minimum staking days. I wanted to leave some Icosa on the side. The reason I didn't go 100% is because I wanted to make sure that I had some Icosa on the side to reevaluate my minimum staking days. And I think that's to my advantage. It's the same thing as always. I don't have to use it. I don't have to reevaluate my place, but I now have the option to do it because I didn't put it all in there. And there is, of course, on that same note, I'm trying to keep things really simple and not go too deep, but you do get, if you were a whale, I'm just going to use it, it's at the top. So if you were a whale, you got a 20% bonus. And the question becomes, is staying a whale and keeping that 20% bonus, for example, worth waiting 360 days and not being able to reinvest the Icosa? because I think that there's a chance that pulling out, say that you go from a whale all the way down to a dolphin, just as an example, you only have to wait 180 days. Is the Icosa from that first 180 days going to be worth more than 20%? Could it bump you up even more than if you were a whale? Like, could it be to your advantage to end your stake, pull everything out, and re-stake? I think it might be. I think so. I want to have that possibility. So that's why I just left some Icosa on the side. And so let's go get this off of here, if I can get this thing to work. So Hedron staking, let's talk about that. So I said of my available Hedron, I was going to take 50% and stake it. And I did. I put in roughly 50% of my Hedron and staked it. But one thing that I was really watching was, again, the minimum staking days. And the reason that I was watching that is because this is where it can get complex, and I'm going to try not to make it complex. But the HSI buybacks, the contract's going to take them, put them, you'll be able to see them on Hedron.pro. In 90 days, they'll be able to be bought with Hedron. And I want to have a bunch of Hedron available to buy Hex. I don't know that I'm going to do that, but I want to have the option available to buy if they end up going for a good deal. And I think there's a chance that they may go for a good deal because we have different scenarios going on and things in play than we have in the past. For example, there's probably going to be a relatively large amount of HSIs for sale in one day. And that alone could mean, like, basically there's the beautiful supply and demand equation that everyone always talks about, but basically there's more supply. So theoretically the demand's going to be lower because, for example, practically speaking, people are going to have to split their Hedron between a bunch of HSIs for sale in one day. At the same time that some of the Hedron is now locked in staking. So the number of Hedron per HSI may be at a relatively good level on the first day. So ideally, I want my minimum staking days to be 90 days or less if I want to take advantage of the HSIs that are happening, that are going to come up 90 days from today. I don't know. Someone can confirm this for me. I'd love it. But I think, I tried to ask this in the Telegram and Alex responded. I just don't know if I was clear enough with my question. But I asked, will the 90-day Hedron stakes come available on the same day that HSIs from the day one Icosa buyback come up for auction? So I'm trying to figure out if I have my Hedron locked from the first day in the 90-day staking, for 90 days, will it come available in time for me to buy the HSIs that were created and put up for auction 90 days from the first day? So where those two 90 days work together, so that I can take the interest and my Hedron principal and apply it to buying back maybe even my own tokenized hex stakes that I gave to the contract. And he said yes. So the caveat is, I don't know if I was clear enough in my question, and I haven't looked at the code to verify that the timing is going to be perfect. But I think, and I'm gambling a little bit on the fact that I will be able to, because mine ended up being 90 days, so that I will be able to pull this out and use it to buy the HSIs that are also from the first day. So, and one thing I might do, if it's the day before, I might end this early, take a small penalty on it, assuming it's less than the interest. I'm still in a better spot than I would have been, just so that I have it available to buy these. So just in case I'm wrong, I still have a course of action. but I'm basically really wanting to try to buy back some HSIs, get some hex back. And so I'm weighting that relatively heavy also in my strategy, but that's 90 days from now. That's basically 3 months. So that's something I'll be looking forward to. So my overall strategy is similar, but a little bit different. There's a little bit of nuance in this, and I'm hoping that this is somewhat useful to you to consider. Let me know if there's questions, something else I should cover, and best of luck to you in this. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.